I was going to do an email to kind of say my thank yous for this past year's conference, but I want to make sure that I came on video to thank everybody that attended this year's Procure Conference 2025 right in our backyard at BWI Marriott. Thank you to everybody. First of all, let me just start there. Thank you to every single body. So first of all, let me go ahead and start and say thank you to our sponsors, which was 17 Hits and Show It. Thank you, Amanda Ray, and the Show It team down in Arizona. Thank you so much for being our premier sponsors for the 2025 conference. Of course, thank you to our gold sponsors, our neighborhood camera store, Service Photo. Thank you, Westcott. Thank you, Cheetah Stand. Thank you, Evoto. Big thanks out to Aperture Rent that came in last minute. Thank you so much, Baby Dreams, for coming through and supporting our boudoir room this year. And we want to say thank you to all the sponsors, all the great sponsors that we had. If I forgot one, please don't charge it to my head, don't charge it to my heart, charge it to my head. So I want to say thank you to you. I definitely want to say thank you to our speakers. Our speakers, we had a few subjects we wanted to make sure that we touched on this year, and the speaker team came through. I can't lie. Every single body, whether or not it was a speaker applicant, you legit came through. And I want to say thank you to the speakers. I don't think there's one person. I don't think there was one speaker that didn't touch a heart this weekend. And it actually showed in some of the classes I went through this year. I had time to actually go through some of the classes and actually send in some of them. And for some of the labs, I was able to actually see some of the students received the prize of CRMs, and to see how much we actually take for granted as photographers that's been in this a little while and do understand something simple as a CRM or a photo delivery gallery, to see how grateful the attendees were to even receive the gift of a CRM for a 1-year subscription or a 6-month subscription. It was something great just to witness, because they was beyond elated to receive that gift. So of course, thank you again to 17 Hats and Sprout Studio for coming through and gifting those specific attendees those CRMs. Of course, thank you to our speakers who not only shared, but made sure in the hallways they gave candid experiences that I'm pretty sure the attendees will never forget. They not only showed up just to be on stage and have a mic, but they showed up to touch a heart. And I'm by far grateful for our speakers this year, especially Jerry and Melissa Guiones coming all the way from Las Vegas to support the Procure Conference. Thank you so much. Scott Robert Lim, thank you. Sophia Barrett, thank you so much. Chris Evans, Keedron Franklin, Charmy Pena, we thank you for coming through this year and sharing. Lejeune, Ryan, Anthony Lamoff, Q Carson, I know I'm about to forget somebody, Megan Ewan. Thank all of you for coming through and teaching. Alex Perez, Camille, Myron Fields, Kiati, Nate, thank you so much for this year coming through to speak and share your experience. I'm pretty sure there's a speaker that I forgot, but every single speaker, thank you so much for not only sharing what you know, but also sharing your experiences with our attendees this year at Procure Conference 2025. Big shout out to the Glam team. I'm gonna make sure I tagged them, make sure I put their Instagram in this video. But shout out to Ariana Green, one of our lead hairstylists for the last 3 years of Procure Conference. She's come down from New York and killed the hair looks that we put on the mood board. Thank you, Ariana Green. Thank you so much for Sebe Mafosa for coming through, leading the makeup team this year. Thank you to Stephanie coming through clutch. Stephanie came through clutch all the way from Pennsylvania doing makeup and fit right in with the Glam team. Thank you so much. Andrea also came through and killed it with the makeup looks. Thank you so much. Brittany Evans, I cannot thank you enough. Not only did they show up, they showed up with smiles on their faces and set the pace for the conference. I'm so thankful for our glam team. I'm not just saying it, but I am serious. I am thankful for y'all being there this year. To the models, you beyond exceeded my expectations, and I hate to even travel without y'all, but I mean, y'all did y'all's thing, like throughout, whether or not it was a demo or whether or not it was Color Rush, y'all legit this year did your thing for all of it. So thank you to the models that showed up this year. Also, thank you, last but not least, I gotta say this, thank you to the volunteers. The volunteers allowed me to be able to pretty much take my hands off. They pretty much said, RJ, let this go. We want you to go ahead and just focus on leading us and make sure your vision is do what it needed to do. Because the production team stepped in. I had a vision for our main stage, and we mapped it out. We had some bad HDMI cords, and we had a few bad audio cords. And the team went right in, found the parts they needed, created an impromptu production pit right in the middle of the floor, and killed it this year. So thank you to our volunteers that was on a production team that include Amani, Robert Tyree, Sly, Tiffany Drayton. I mean, they put their heads together and they crushed the production this year. Thank you so much for making sure that not only the audio was right, but making sure that the screen stayed up and that the slides was presented well. Thank you so much to our production team, our volunteers in general. All we had registration was Angela and Miss Sharon. Thank you so much for taking that registration on, and we're trying to implement new technologies to that, and thank you so much for being open to it. So thank you to the volunteers on registration, Ms. Angela Singleton. Thank you so much for stepping in, filling gaps, helping with the t-shirts. Look, I gotta tell you, like, they legit did that thing. They teamed up and figured everything out that needed to be figured out. Amani Reed, thank you so much for being one of the MVPs for this year's conference. I mean, Amani created not only our logo for the conference, she also did some of the graphics. She came up with impromptu graphics for the main stage screens. Amani also stepped up and made sure she was running cords, checking cords to make sure the cords work. She was telling people how to run the main cam. She was, I mean, printing T-shirts on the fly and teaching people how to print T-shirts on site for the conference. So it was like she wore so many different hats, and for that I am super thankful for Amani doing that. Also, thank you to Shaka Butler. Shaka stepped in. Some of the team didn't even know she was coming, but Shaka came in onto the team on Wednesday, read through to run a show, also read through some of our slides to kind of figure out how we wanted things to be laid out, and she figured that thing out. And the way she reworked how she wanted the volunteers to be in this place and that place, and work with the hotel to make sure that all the food was delivered on time, to make sure we received our food hot. Shout out to Shaka. Thank you so much for what you did this year for this year's conference. Jamin Downs, thank you so much. I mean, the way you stepped in and helped this year, thank you. Ikenna, thank you so much. Sheena, thank you so much for what you did, running the model room, doing BTS, all of that. Thank you so much. But I cannot forget to thank our standing team members that's been on the team for the last four years, going into 5. Of course, our consultant, Kiati, thank you so much for bringing not only yourself, but also bringing a team to the conference. Thank you so much, Kiati. Also, big thank you to Costin Green for coming through, the muscle behind the Vicari Conference. Thank you so much for what you do and leading the Color Rush, leading the models in the glam room. Thank you so much. But Nathan Templeton, we cannot thank you enough. This year, Nate pretty much ran the show. Nate took the vision, seen the slides. I mean, he knew exactly what to do. Like when everybody else got tired, Nate was on it to be like, hey guys, we got to get on this. We got to go ahead and get this schedule. We got to get that schedule. It's time for us to select speakers. It's time for us to get these awards ready. So Nathan Templeton, we honor you. Thank you so much for leading us to Precariat Conference 2025. We're super grateful for you, and definitely wish you well in all of your endeavors. Of course, congratulations to all that won the Image Awards this year. I think they had like 76 entries. So thank you so much, Justin Thomas, for leading the race on the Image Awards this year. The winners was Michelle Mimi Johnson. Congratulations. For Ray, congratulations. Shannon Winston's congratulations. Mr. John Smith, congratulations. And of course, Nicole from New York, congratulations on winning at this year's Image Awards. Congratulations on that. Of course, BWI Marriott, as usual, y'all did y'all's thing. And at this point, I can't lie, I do not want to eat another chicken wing for about the next 2 to 3 weeks because I am chicken winged out at this point. But give me a few weeks. I promise I'll probably be back to the chicken wings. But guys, please, Nathan is sending out the PC25 survey, and I need everybody that can. Please make sure that you fill that survey out. Along with that, I do need you to make sure that you study everything that you learn. Look back at your notes and study every single thing that you learned this weekend. Think about everything that you learned and implement it. Don't just say, I heard them say it, but make sure you implement and say, I did what they said do, or at least take the bits and pieces, all the way from rear projection photography to applying AI in your everyday process, or whether or not it even be how to properly pose and create connection, and how to light and how to do boudoir. Take those nuggets. You no longer have to be an imposter. Lejeune taught you how you don't have to be an imposter and how you can transition to being an icon. I need you guys to take what you've learned and apply it to your everyday process. Now, just don't go buy new stuff and let it sit. What you need to do is apply what you've learned. I need you to work. Look, guys, I already know 2025 has been a rough year, not just for 1 or 2 people. It's a lot of us that's been affected by current tensions. And truth be told, the conference felt it. Whether or not it be attendance or whether or not it be via the sponsors that we didn't have this year. But the thing about it is, you got to get back up and do the job. Guys, I'm going to also do a video going through our behind the scenes from the conference. But guys, I just want to make sure I tell you personally, thank you so much. This was probably one of the best impactful conferences we've had yet. And I'm super thankful for everybody that attended, everybody that gave a hug, a handshake, network, came out of their introvert nature to come participate and be a part of the network and be a part of the family. Because guys, you don't even know how important this was. This was not just something that affected me and said, my whole goal was to make sure that everybody got what they needed, not only information-wise, but also to be touched, their heart to be touched, so they could walk away knowing they can actually get through and do this and be successful. But not only did it help you, it also helped me. So I want to say thank you to everybody from the top to the bottom. I want to say thank you to the Precariat Collective.